All right, what's up everyone? MK Tom Brady here. So in this video, we're going to take a look at a recent tweet from Sonicfox. And the tweet reads the following. It's been radio silence on new content for MK11. And then there's a follow-up to that, which reads, 4 months of nothing. All caps. Nothing. Zip. Zero. Nada. Now, to be fair, it actually hasn't been 4 months. It's only been 3.5 since the MK11 Ultimate update. However, a lot of people are looking over at Street Fighter V going, well, Capcom just did a huge major overhaul, and now a lot of the focus has shifted to NRS. Like, okay, are we getting something? Is there an overhaul of some sorts coming to Mortal Kombat 11, or is this just the way things are? And to Sonicfox's point, it's been radio silence on new content. Like, we get nothing, we hear nothing. Now, there are some people who are in the camp of, well, look, guys, I mean, Street Fighter V, it took them 5 years to get this type of an update. You guys have only been around for right around 2 with MK11, so it's not really fair. And then there are other people who look back at some of the updates that we've had, like just in the last year, so to speak, maybe a little more than a year, last 15 months, where September/early October of 2019, you get the 3 variations. So you got third variations for characters added. 7 months after that, you get Aftermath, in which we get 3 new characters, an expansion on the story mode, and armor breaks, although implemented probably terribly, it's still something new. And then 6 months after that, we get Ultimate with 3 new characters. So now we're on November 2020, 3 more new characters. They unlock customs. So really, people are saying, you've gotten a lot of content in the last year. And even if you want to go, from Aftermath to Ultimate from May of 2020 to November of 2020, that's 6 months in which you got 6 characters, armor break, a story expansion, and customs allowed. Even if you want to go from Aftermath to now, that's 9.5 months. And again, still 6 characters, customs, armor break, etc. People say that's a lot of content to get in a 9-month span. And yet, here the NRS community is again. We want more. They're never happy. But really, why aren't we happy, right? I mean, because if you think about it, right, didn't we did just have, over the last 9 months, 6 characters, customs, that's a lot of stuff, right? It's a lot of content for a fighting game. So why aren't we happy? Because the problem isn't like, oh, we need more content. The problem is the content that we already have actually has never changed in like eternity. So if you look at the patch notes that we got here for MK11 Ultimate, the patch notes read as follows. So, first of all, the big change is summed up in one line. Players can now use custom variations in competitive modes. One line. And then if you want to scroll through all the patch notes, if you put these in a Word doc, it's only about 3.5 to 4 pages of stuff. So this is all the patch notes for the game. And there you go. And then if you want to go ahead and compare this to Street Fighter. So let's go back up to the top here. And now let's look at Street Fighter's patch notes. So here's Street Fighter V. Now, just keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. I mean, 57 pages. Not 4 to 4.5 pages. 57 pages worth of patch notes. And look, I know people are saying, well, again, you've only had MK11 for 2 years, not really fair to expect something like this, but that's not really the issue here. So look at something else. Notice the detail in this as well. So not only did they get a lot, they got communication in what they got. Let's take Dalsum, for example, here. So they say, normally, Dalsum benefits from using his V-gauge more defensively, but the introduction of the V-shift system will most likely change this. Dalsum really never excelled at more aggressive offense, but we will have more options to do so. So they're saying they're giving him more options to press his advantage offensively, and this will hopefully reduce the likelihood of him being overwhelmed by his opponent. However, this could make it harder for characters that struggle against Dalsim. So they're saying, like, characters that already struggle against him defensively, if we now still give him strong defense and now give him more offensive capabilities, they'll really struggle. They say, you know, this could make it harder for characters that struggle against him, creating huge problems for certain matchups. To mediate this, we've made it harder for Dalsim to keep the opponent at bay. We've increased the startup for Dalsim's anti-air crouching medium punch. Spoiler, you'll never see the words "did anything to help anti-air anything" in MK11, so don't hold your breath on that, boys. As well as made general adjustments that have made his light attacks weaker against jumping attacks. As such, it will require more careful play, and you can pretty much go through all their patch notes and see this for all the characters they have. And for Mortal Kombat 11, let's go back to that now. So what was really curious about MK11 for me was that when they announced Ultimate, you know, obviously we didn't get a lot of the game-changing mechanics that we were hoping for in Aftermath. But, you know, they say, hey, you know, COVID-19, you guys got to be patient here. And a lot of companies in their last updates, Tekken, Street Fighter, etc., have shattered the notion that people can't get anything done during COVID-19. That's pretty much been laid to rest at this point. So, for Ultimate, I was expecting a lot more. We got customs. Okay, I like that. And I thought, all right, since we have customs, surely they'll do things like, oh, allow, some of these moves that are 2 slots that are worthless, like Joe Push. They may not overhaul Joe Push, but at least they'll take these useless moves that are 2 slots and make them 1 to at least maybe power creep some characters so now they can equip more moves to kind of level them off with like Jackie, Cetrion, etc. because all their best moves are 1 slot and some characters can't even equip some stuff because mediocre moves that could help are 2, so they really can't even fit those moves in. I thought at the bare minimum, they would at least do that. No, they don't do that. And no explanation as to why, right? Like, where's the explanation? Like, why? Some moves that I thought they would maybe balance out a little bit, or maybe a bug fix that causes the move to, like, not work properly. They just said, you know what? We'll just ban it. Flip a switch, ban. You can't equip it. And then other moves have restrictions, so you can't equip one move with another. Instead of basically changing the way these properties of these moves work so that they can be used with each other, they just said, nah, there's a limitation. You can't use both these moves together. And when I look through these patch notes, I don't see any reasons why. You know what I see? Oh, thank God you're changing down 1, down 3s across the board. Down 1, down 3, down 1, down 3, down 1, down 3. Now I get this was needed, but they did this for every character, not just, a power. This wasn't a power creep. This was to make it so you can't just keep mashing, jumping, or down 1 after you get hit. Now, really, what were they actually going to say, right? What were they going to say? Banned this move because didn't feel like actually working on it. Have a restriction on these 2 moves because didn't actually feel like doing anything, right? This move is still 2 slots, even though it's useless, because we just didn't feel like changing the slot to 1. I mean, we just, So really, they give us no information, and obviously there's a reason why, because it would be embarrassing for the real reason. Just didn't feel like doing it. And you can't hide behind COVID now, where it's like, oh, COVID, we couldn't do anything. Street Fighter just got a major overhaul with COVID, and yet, what do we get? Radio silence. 4 months of nothing. That's what we get, boys. So we're not really being unreasonable here, because a lot of the changes we were looking for, also changes to, like, some tweaks to some certain gameplay mechanics, we get nothing. Like, adding new characters does not change the problem. Think about it. You get 6 characters in 6 months, and then 3 months after that, you guys are like, oh, where's the new content? Right? We just got 3 new characters 3 months ago, 3.5 months ago, and we're like, where's the new content? Even if you give us a Combat Pack 3 several months down the line, 2 or 3 months after that, if you don't fix the actual problem, we're going to be like, okay, we're bored. Same thing, down 1 throw and characters leaping across the screen and doing other kind of crazy shit, stomping and everything else, it's still going to be just as boring. So really, it's not that we're actually being unfair. It's that Capcom really showed you, like, this is what an update looks like. This is what an update looks like. And you can clearly be also share your thought process. Don't just, oh, didn't do this, take a guess why, right? Did this, your guess is as good as mine, why? And this really just adds to whatever their next update is. It has got to be significant. Because if it's not, I just don't see how MK11 lasts. If they go another game, another update, I should say, with this amount of effort, this game is going to be boring 2 months after that, and there won't be another update coming, and that's the end. Sonicfox is 100% right. You know, we feel this way, and we're justified in feeling like this, right? So hopefully, whatever we get next is a significant change. Doesn't have to be a Street Fighter V type of overhaul for those who want to make excuses. Oh, well, you know, it's not fair. But we definitely need something for sure. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. As always, thanks so much for watching my videos, and stay tuned for more content.